Hi, my name is Jake. This is Chelsea.
Hello.
And this is James.
Hello.
Today we have with us the superstars of the morning airwaves. Please welcome from Hit 107, Rebecca Morse and Andrew Costello.
Hey!
Hey, we need to give you a little update, guys. We're called SAFM as of a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
We want to start off by saying, Beck, when we heard Channel 10 was letting you go, your humility and character was admirable. It must have been tempting to feel bitter or angry about the situation, but you held your head high and accepted such a devastating outcome. For that reason, we want to award you with this week's PNTV Legend of the Week.
Oh my God, did you mean to make me cry? Because you have. But the music also doesn't help. But I'm seriously tearing up when I get reminded about my job.
That you used to have.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That is really one of the, I'm thinking about my career highlights as I come to the end of Channel 10, and this is absolutely gone to my list of career highlights, receiving this from you guys. So
Good on you, James, and that was really
amazing.
well read as well, mate.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
So much. Thank you.
Channel 10 won't be the same without you, but you're always welcome to read news from our studio whenever you want.
Ah, that's a pretty good offer. Thank you.
What's it pay, mate?
It's a voluntary role.
And coffee.
So, Cosi,
The coffee's good.
your Facebook page is littered with Violet Crumble posts. Can you tell us more about this?
I actually bought you guys in some Violet
Oh my
Crumble.
gosh, we did. We bought you a pinata.
Well, it's now made in South Australia, Violet Crumble. And did you know it's actually the oldest chocolate bar in Australia? So it's the oldest chocolate bar. What's the second oldest chocolate bar, do you reckon? What might it be?
Mars.
Mars?
They're supposed to be
No.
asking the questions, Cosi.
Yeah,
Cherry
I think
Ripe.
Cherry Ripe. Oh.
Right.
After listening to your morning show on Hit 107, we've noticed that you and Beck have incredible chemistry on air. Do you think this happens organically or does it develop over time?
Wow, that is a really good question, and thank you for noticing that, because it is the key to a good show, I think. I think a little bit of both. So Cosi and I had only met each other a couple of times. In fact, the first time Cosi and I met, Cosi didn't remember that we'd met, so that was awkward.
Whoops-a-daisy.
So we knew straight away when we had a little practice, we had a few trials. I don't know whether you guys did any trials before you got your podcast team. And we knew kind of straight away that we had a very similar sense of humour, which is a bit of a childish, silly sense of humour. Then we laughed at each other's jokes. So we had a little bit to start, and the rest of it just comes with building trust, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's mostly, I reckon it's just chemistry is just one of those things that just works. I think that you can't fake it and you can't even get good at it if you don't like someone, if you don't find them funny. It's very hard. So if you look at all the best radio shows ever in the world, chemistry is the main thing. So the Hamish and Andy, Martin Malloy, all the chemistry was really good. The rest you can work on, but if you don't have chemistry, it's very hard.
Yeah, and I think it's also respecting each other's boundaries. Like if you say something other person doesn't like, you tell them straight away.
It's also Beck understands that I'm a lot funnier than she is, and that helps.
Next question.
So, with the new edition of Limo, have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, it's been different because we did our own show for 18 months and then you add another voice in. It's been, I mean, we both knew Limo, but we didn't know him well. So it's a matter of, I think there's a bit of generosity when you add a new member to the team in terms of letting them find their place in the team and giving them space to speak, which has been a new skill for us.
Beck, I understand you went to Blackwood High School.
I did.
Our digital media coordinator, Sammy, also went to BHS.
Wow!
Oh, he looks like he was a lot of years older than me, though.
But it was a few years before you graduated.
Oh, yeah.
What memories do you have of high school? And did you ever hang out in Corinna Park?
Oh, no, Corinna Park, I didn't hang out. I used to hang out at Pizza Hut and Hungry Jack's at Blackwood, the all-you-can-eat Pizza Hut. I have some good memories of Blackwood High School. Do you know what? I started at Blackwood in year 10 because I'd been living interstate. And I describe my time starting a new school as character building, because when you start a new school and you don't have one friend, it really teaches you to learn how to meet people and make friends. And yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Now she's all grown up. You know what? She's got 2 friends.
Not really a type of social butterfly.
I'm a big social butterfly, James, actually.
Hey, guys, did you know Blackwood High School had a whole bunch of famous people go to Blackwood High School? So do you know the Hilltop Hoods? They went to Blackwood High School. Rebecca Morse, as you mentioned.
Stop it.
The award-winning Legend of the Week, Rebecca Morse. Also, Brenton Raglers from Channel 9, the newsreader. And there was one other very famous person right now that went to Blackwood High School as well.
Who's he? Or she?
Oh, hang on. Who
Who's
do you
he or
barrack for?
she?
Do you barrack for Crows or Port?
Crows.
Oh,
Oh,
who's the
there you
coach
go.
of the Crows?
Matty
Matty Nix.
Yeah.
He used to go to Blackwood High too.
Yeah. I went to
Yep.
school with him. Yeah.
How do you know?
Yeah.
Come on, Sammy, live.
Right.
Where's your research?
So how many famous people went to your school? No.
Oh wow.
You guys are going to be
Yeah,
famous
not that I-
for sure.
Not that I know of yet.
Yeah.
Hey, I like the way. Can I just interrupt? As a newsreader, I like the way you're you're straightening your papers like that, because that's something that I do at the end of the news. So
Even though it's just one piece of paper.
just one piece of paper. I know, but I like what you're doing there.
Cosi, we've noticed that you get loads of positive feedback on social media, but there is also some negativity. Considering how successful you've been in the world of media, what advice would you give us young people in the face of adversity?
Stop writing negative comments.
That is very good advice.
You know what? I think you just gotta not give up, and I think that you gotta accept that not everyone's positive, and some people are gonna write nasty things or say nasty things. So I think it's just sadly part of the gig when you're in the media. You have to accept that people won't like everything you say or do, and no matter how hard you try, it doesn't really matter. There'll always be someone that wants to knock you. And you know, the only way to not offend anyone or to not get negative comments is to do absolutely nothing all the time. And if you do that, you're also very boring. So
Yeah.
I'm happy to get a few negative comments.
That's so true.
But there's
Cosi.
still a lot of nice ones.
The majority,
mate.
the majority is
Thanks.
positive, but
Uh-huh.
don't you think human nature is to focus on the negative comments? So I do that. If I get 10 positives and 1 negative, I always focus on the negative. So you've got to change your mindset and focus on the positives.
You're right. There's
Yeah.
also a lot of nice comments on my Facebook pages. Nowadays, it's about 15% nice comments, which is really good.
15.
Little gag there for you, boys.
For your fractions class.
So on Saturday, you hosted a Karen competition, and coincidentally, one of our students' mothers won it.
Oh.
So, yeah. Could you give a shout out for Karen D?
Yes, Karen D. A big shout out to you, and congratulations. Out of all the Karens in South Australia, Karen D is my favourite. She's the number one Karen in South Australia as far as I'm concerned.
With podcasting now gaining popularity globally, how has Hit 107 managed to stay relevant and continue its growth in the category?
Well, we put the highlights of our show on a podcast, which is available in the afternoon, and that's growing in popularity, I think, slowly. We also, if we have like a good interview with a celebrity that we know might get more clicks, as we say, we'll put that up. But I think COVID-19 has certainly changed the way people listen, and they want to be able to listen in the car or streaming or whenever they want. So I do think that is changing in that space, and that podcasts are definitely growing in popularity. So you guys are like really on the cutting edge.
Yeah, do you ever wonder when you're our age, what's going to happen when you get into your car to listen to the radio? Like, what technology is going to be available then? Do you just get in and have specifically made radio stations for every individual person? They know what sort of music you like, so they'll know what songs you like. Maybe you have your own news service on there that plays you
Don't do
just
us
the
out of a
stories
job though.
you're interested in.
No.
Yeah, our job will become obsolete as you guys replace us.
I really want to know, how hard is it having to get up at 4 a.m. to go to work? How do you adjust that to that timeline? And do you ever fully adjust?
I'm really grumpy all of the time.
Amen. It's the first bit of truth she said, kids.
Well, we actually are pretty lucky. When we first started, we were getting up at 4, but then we got a little bit better at our jobs and a little bit more tired and grumpy. So now we get up at 5. So
Yeah.
we just get straight out of bed, hop in the car, go to the studio, have a quick meeting, and then we're on air.
Do you guys know what jet lag is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know when you go overseas, maybe on a holiday or
Yeah.
something, and then you come back and you feel jet lag?
Yep.
That's what it feels like in the afternoons
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Every weekday you feel like you're jet lagged. And sometimes when I'm editing or if I'm out filming or something like that, sometimes I can hardly keep my eyes open and I have to keep shaking my head or just moving my legs around because sometimes you get that tired. And that's not just once or twice, that's like every week.
Yeah.
So how do you like sleeping in on weekends?
Well, the sad thing is, because your body's so used to getting up early, what do you think the first thing that happens Saturday morning?
You want to get up.
I know.
You want to get up.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
Sundays-
I get up and exercise on the weekends.
Oh, yeah.
Show off.
So have you ever end up wearing your pajamas for the morning show?
Oh.
Well, when coronavirus first started, we were doing our shows from our homes, and so we were doing our shows in our pajamas. I didn't really want to see Cosi's pajamas. Kept getting up to
Polka
feed the
dots?
fish,
Polka
the fish
dots.
tank, and they were stripes, I think.
Yeah.
And I had boxer shorts.
Beck, what's Cosi's most annoying habit?
Ooh, this is going to be hard because there's not many.
I was going to say that. Okay. Cosi's most annoying habit is the way that he is not great with spelling and grammar and punctuation. So being a journalist, I'm very strict about where apostrophes go and getting the correct tense and things like that. So I'm, and also saying H instead of H. So I think
They just wanted one, mate.
You just speak over to his script and be like, oh, that's
yeah, and often I'll see his captions on Instagram and I'll be, oh, you've spelled that word wrong again. And I think that's probably one of the most annoying things about me to him, if that's your
I think it's their turn now to ask me.
So, Cosi,
Oh.
what's Beck's most annoying habit?
Well, the best way to describe what it's like working with Rebecca Morse, have you ever been like driving, say, to York Peninsula or Murray Bridge and your mum and dad's doing like 110 in the car, like you're flying along, and then like one person in the car winds their window down and it goes... That's what it's like working with Rebecca Morse.
Absolutely
Flamed away.
Oh, I need some aloe vera for that burn.
Yeah, don't Beck.
So I noticed on the website you now have SAFM back in the name.
Oh, yeah,
What was
sorry.
the
I ruined your surprise. I said that at the beginning.
What was the reason for this?
Well, SAFM's been around for a very long time. In fact, SAFM was the first FM radio station, so it's got a lot of history in South Australia. So I started on that station. I was very, very upset when they changed it over to Hit 107. So to have SAFM back is very good for the state. We're super excited.
Yeah, I think it was just a bit of a move to the fact that everybody is really proud and parochial in this state. And why wouldn't you use a name that has our state in the title to make South Australians really feel that they own the station, which they do.
Just not as shareholders, because we do love our shareholders as well. But
What's the Dow Jones today?
Dow Jones is up 400 and something, up 1.7%.
Is that good? I don't know if that's good.
Well, it's an interesting question because the stock market is still doing very well, despite the economy being so shot.
Yeah.
How's it working? I don't understand.
Yeah, 7% on the news, like just
Crazy.
down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, Cosi, I understand you grew up in the York Peninsula. So, what was it like growing in the coast?
Yeah, growing up in the country was very good. I loved it. We had like motorbikes and lots of animals, and we worked on farms and did lots of country stuff. So it was very, very good. Very great spot to raise kids. So I'm very glad that I grew up in the
Decided
country.
to raise your kids here instead.
So I raised my kids in the city. So we try to do lots of country things. Like I love horses and sheep. and-
Alpacas?
we got some alpacas the other day.
Was there any mishaps with riding the animals?
Only on their backs. I used to have a horse in North Adelaide called Dakota, and when I started working for the radio station in Adelaide, I brought my horse down and I kept it in the North Adelaide Parklands, not far from you guys actually. And I used to ride it along the Torrens and down around where Adelaide Oval is, and I used to ride my horse like every second or third day, and it was pretty cool.
Any injuries?
Well, the horse is now in a wheelchair. Its back was broken quite severely when I hit 120 kilos. Dear.
What about any injuries on your side, on your behalf?
Well, I broke my arm playing football, but not animal related. See my arm here? See the big old scar?
Oh, yeah.
There's one here and there's one there. I broke my arm playing football for Freeling against Anguston. So, and that was the year I was meant to be drafted to the Crows, and that of course ruined
Yeah,
that.
otherwise, absolutely.
Yeah, probably would have went on to the Olympics, to be honest. As a show jumper. God, he looks good in jodhpurs.
We'd better wrap it up now. We want
Oh.
to thank you both
Aw.
so much for coming in today. We appreciate how busy you are, and it is very kind of you to come and visit us. PNC podcast out.
Boom.
Yeah, that
Thank
was
you.
flame.
Can I just say I could tell from your questions how much research you did, and that's a sign of a very good journalist. So well done, guys.
Yeah.